Two, one. Hey guys, and we're back again for more angry blabbering like the rest of the world is doing. But anyway, we got a story about this country breaking its own damn laws again. Big shocker, huh? Let's go right into tyranny.
I was scared. I was beyond upset. I have never experienced such anger and hatred.
Welcome
This
to
couple,
humanity.
we're calling them John and Jane Smith, are so afraid they asked us not to identify them.
Makes sense.
2 years ago, they say the small Mississippi town where they lived turned against them.
Who else but
after
Mississippi?
they complained to the
Never
principal
moved
of their
to
son's
Mississippi.
public elementary school about class time devoted to Bible study and prayer.
That's its
We
own
were-
zone.
Gotta
were
love school.
pariahs. Nobody would speak to us. Nobody would let their children play with my son.
All
The
because
Smith
people are
story
stupid.
made local headlines when it was revealed that they were atheists.
So I'm guessing these are mostly the amount of people that have as much common sense as the crap left on the base of my boot.
So here's the question I have for Mississippi. How many times do we have to compromise them?
I know, it's like they have no ability to understand people are unique and individuals in this world.
They're not really
So
synced
of
up with
course
the
that
rest of
entire
America.
state, as long as they're white, Christian, redneck Americans sitting on their front porch with a piece of wheat hanging out of their mouth, whittling on a stick. I'm sorry if you're from Mississippi, but throughout history, you guys pretty much did this. As long as it's that, if you're a different religion, if you're and not religious in the form of atheism, if you're black, Latino, German, like pure white German Americans have been assaulted throughout history, having their rights taken away. And then just really, you guys can't understand the difference between people. Like, I doubt if that family was Catholic and they didn't want people to represent their form of the Bible out of the 50 billion rewritten versions of it, they would have flipped a tit and did the exact same thing.
Yes. Oh yeah, I like how we're like 1/5, not even 1/5, like a little bit more than 1/5 into the video, and we already went on a rant. About
Yeah,
Mississippi. But
and
here's the one thing I got to say about Mississippi: they're not synced up with America at all. And isn't that like, one question I have for you? Isn't that where most of the KK resides right now?
that was a big population of Ku Klux Klan activities because a lot of
Yes.
civil rights
But
activities
to
happened
the
in
date,
Mississippi.
to the date, does most of the KKK like reside in
I
that state?
I don't know because they've been completely just ripped to shreds throughout humanity because we all recognize a lot of people recognize that they blabber on about a lot of bull crap.
Okay. So should
And-
we continue on with the video?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's watch our First Amendment get destroyed.
Okay.
After, tensions at the school escalated.
Where else?
John says members of the community even called his boss at work.
I think they
Where the hell they get their boss's phone number? Where?
Doxing.
They completely broke a law right there.
called him to complain
But of
about
course,
the fact
it's a
that
state
he
that
had
has to
brought an
enforce it,
atheist
so.
to town.
We were
All because he rejects the concept of the world being controlled by a magical deity. You have problems with him working there? If anything, I would encourage the working. If the plant starts exploding, sheesh, I wouldn't want to hang out with the guy on his knees, crossing his hands, praying. I'd rather get with the guy that's pounding on the door, trying to find something to pry it open. Sheesh.
absolutely isolated.
Okay.
People would drive by the house, park in front of our house, and stare like we were in a zoo.
I would have.
Eventually, they left town altogether.
Seems like a nice place
I would've
to
left
live.
town.
A
Guys,
nice place
good.
to
Yeah.
raise them. And
While
wondering
some
what made 'em move
atheists
to
try to
Mississippi
hide
in
their
the first
secular
place.
views, Gene and
Totally
John's right
not that.
atheists
Well,
who've
their parents
spoken
must
out.
have lived there
As an
previously.
atheist, I'm the last minority that it's okay to really bash or put down.
The Rices
Exactly.
say they frequently encountered intolerance.
We're regularly told that we're going to hell, that
I
we're
love
sending
that
our
line.
children to hell.
In the
All right, so
Yes.
if we're all going to hell,
Mhm.
then it really wouldn't be much of a bad place considering
All
that
the cool people go there.
we
All the
got
cool
some
people.
of the best world's comedians. We got some of the Morgan Freeman. We will be hanging out with Morgan Freeman. All right.
Yes.
So we're
yes.
going to be hanging out with some of the best people in the world, some of the smartest, some of the cooler guys. All right. We're going to be chilling back, playing cards with Satan or something. And what's to make you guys think that you
and
guys?
some Christians I heard talking about Robin Williams is going there. You get that? We're going to be hanging out with him.
Yeah, and it's like, hey, wait a moment. What
Haha,
makes
guys,
you
get to
guys
miss
think
out on Robin Williams.
that your version of this this cult. Don't get me begged, it's a religion now, but at the starting of Christianity, it was a cult. All right? And similar things about the religion, it breaks apart. But there are so many different, diverse sections of religion. There are so many different religions, and they all have their own interpretation. Some cases, they don't have their own version of a hell. Some cases, they do. And some have their heaven and their Shangri-La. But what makes you think that your individual interpretation of a book that's not supposed to be interpreted in such manner to the point of religion? I consider the Bible to have some social aspects. Mein Kampf. Don't get me there. I'll explain this after that.
Yeah.
Now, if it has that many different diversity in individuals, you have to be breaking the rules of the other ones at some point. So therefore, you're sinning of your own religion by worshiping a different subsection of it.
Yes.
So many different forms. So a lot of your family members in themselves, with their own interpretation of your deity or God, would be sent with us.
Mm-hmm.
So I would suggest that, well, we're all going to the same crap hole of a place if it exists. Otherwise, we're going to rot in the ground. Yeah, have fun with that. Now to the Mein Kampf thing.
I lost track of where we started.
Yeah, I'm just let me finish this up.
Okay.
All right. The thing is, that book has many different interpretations. Same thing with many different books in the world, where you don't completely interpret it literally, and there's a lot of symbolism. I use a lot of imagery in my writing and reading. So there you guys go. I'm not meaning about exterminating large clusters of people and uniting Austria, Hungary to Germany. All right, you guys do your own thing.
Most people probably won't even know what
Or the
happened in
screaming
the book.
child. What up, bro? All right, let's continue with this.
In the last town they lived, Jean Rice says soon after confiding her atheism
By
to
the way,
a friend,
I'm gonna pause the video right
her
now.
landlord-
Yeah, like what we'll be doing in our videos is like we'll be doing a combination of criticizing videos and commentating upon them for use, but it will also inspire conversations like this from time to time.
Yeah, I'm a very talkative person.
Yes, he goes on very big tangents. Just saying.
Yeah, just look at my channel. I literally have a rant about Mexican soap operas.
Yes.
told the Ri-
Okay, we're fighting over the play pause button. You do it.
All right, I got this.
told the Rices they would have to move.
Within a few days of my telling her that we are atheist, I started hearing from other people, "Oh, are you atheist?" And it was quite shocking. And within a few weeks, our landlord gave us notice.
Wonderful.
The Rices say they can't prove that
So their property value went down because they didn't worship a deity.
Oh, it was in sacred land. Okay, that sounds like kind of racist. What
Why does it feel like that America is becoming the Nazi party?
Yeah.
Like, look at that. They're being moved to different portions of land, such as Jews during pre-Holocaust portion. I want to say 1939 to 1942, that portion right there. And they're actually, no, not really. I want to say 1948 to 1949 when they started migrating Jews into ghettos. But yeah, she was forced to move, or her and her family were forced to move because they didn't represent a deity.
Mm-hmm.
Now, from right there, I drop the Constitution right on the table and hang up a big, giant sign, like a billboard, on my front lawn just to tick people off.
I would do that. And then wear a Constitution on like every shirt you wear, and it's like yes.
Yes. I want to tell my fellow Americans, keep a copy of the Constitution and the Bill of Rights in your wallet or your pocket every single day. Let's continue with the video.
I actually have a copy of the Constitution too. I wonder where it's at, but I got from a field trip as a kid. Okay, continue.
that religious discrimination was the reason they were asked to leave, but they found the timing suspicious.
It's hard on the kids because our daughter had no one to play with for a long time.
In the U.S., the number of atheists is estimated between 1 and 3% of the overall population. That's at
3 million. Okay.
Yes, and now here's the thing. There's a lot of people in this world who are scared to be their real sexuality, their real religious opinion,
Even though that's
their
getting better.
real gender, their real species for people that are furry. I don't know how that works, but there are people like that.
And there's like subsections, but there's furries who like are in this, like it, like actually legitimately want to be an animal, or there's people who just like they just
They're
like animals
DTF
as
for
pets.
bunny ears.
Yes,
right.
there's some people who are like that, and then there's some people who just like plain straight out just love animals. It's like to the
Yes.
point where they're their best friend. So
And these people are scared to be their own selves because they're condemned by, I don't know, religion or just their parents. Like, if it was just their different view of the magical man in the sky, they would just be like, screw it. But if their entire family bloodline is like, hey, if you don't do this, you're going straight to hell.
yeah. And one thing that I find stupid is when it comes down to like sexuality, is people like to quote the Book of Leviticus saying that, but nobody's read the Book of Leviticus. Like just think about anybody who says that most likely has not even read that book.
I think it mostly just comes from a line to where people are like, hold on, I think I just dropped Battlefield.
Yes.
What the hell is hitting my button? Sorry, guys.
Okay. That makes sense.
Where was I? It just comes down to where bigotry, where people hate something that they don't understand.
Yeah.
Which it's completely flawed nowadays.
Yeah.
And
I don't
we live
understand
in the
it,
age
so
of
I hate it.
information to where every or almost any question that we can ask, we
Done
can
it.
answer it.
Mm-hmm.
We're at the point of history where we don't need to know the information, where we don't need to study the information. We just need to solve our problems. Where if it's like, we have an energy problem, we're digging up too much oil. Why the hell are we digging up oil? Let's do hydroelectric power. That's kind of stretchy on the government, or I mean the environment. Let's use solar. Let's use wind. We have so many different things. Hey, let's expand our studies in a hydrogen cell.
Well, that doesn't come down to religion. That mostly comes down to like oil companies basically lobbying in the government.
Yes. I want to do an entire separate video on this.
Yeah.
But it all comes down to the way where us as a species, our generation is being condemned from the previous generation, but we can't. All right. We have to realize all the bullshit that we're being told. We have to focus on our problems as a people. We have to come together. We have to handle the things, recognize what is right, what is wrong, tell people, screw you, you guys are wrong, we're fixing this problem. All right?
Also, Bill Nye the Science Guy can't be the only one representing global warming.
Exactly. It's a weird thing. I honestly think it is. I believe we should go into it a little bit more. But yeah, there is evidence that human activity are pretty much raping the environment. All right, Mother Earth is just, I don't know. Let's continue.
Okay.
Let's finish up this religious thing, that we can go on for about how the government's dumping chemicals or ripping our rights away. Let's go.
At least 3 million people. A recent study by the University of Minnesota found that atheists are the least trusted minority group in the
True.
United States.
Which is
Are
completely...
less accepted than other
Makes no sense.
marginalized groups.
Here's the thing. If atheists believe that if all of us believe that we have one individual life in this world, and we want to make the difference while we are here, we would be a lot more honest than people that are forced to, or who believe in an afterlife to represent, hey, I got basically a second chance. All right. 1 + 2 = 47. All right, let me go to my magical utopia in the sky. Let's continue.
Marginalized groups, including Muslims and homosexuals.
I get calls from all over the United States from people who have been harassed, ostracized, sometimes lost their jobs because of discrimination against non-theistic
You're breaking your
Americans.
First Amendment
We
rights. If that
feel,
happens, I would
to a
fully
certain
put
extent,
a legal strike on
atheists
this.
are very much on the attack.
Ryan Anderson with the religious journal First Things says atheists themselves contribute to the mistrust.
Part of the public persona and the public image of atheism is what's presented by the people suing, to remove In God We Trust from the country.
Because all of this stuff was previously added to the U.S. government. All right? So I want to say, hold on. I got an entire document on this.
I'm pretty sure nobody knows what you're talking about. It's the second time.
So In God We Trust was put on our money around
You don't need the exact date.
1839, somewhere around there. All right? And then in our Pledge of Allegiance, where they're literally brainwashing kids to pledge their allegiance to something that they don't understand, around 1957, I pledge my allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, into a republic for which it stands, one nation under God. That was added after that. Doesn't anyone recognize that they're breaking our religious freedoms, where the government cannot recognize an individual religion or an individual deity, to where it can't show up in government, but yet this shit's here.
Yeah. Which is breaking the law. But it happens anyway.
Yeah. And just off of that, civil forfeiture, where the government can basically rip anything of yours away. Do you understand that that life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is bullshit? It's life, liberty, and property. No, it's life, liberty, and property. Your life, your individual ability to be what you want to be in this world, and then the stuff that you get. Not happiness. That wasn't added until some odd portion of time. Just look it up, like I was saying about information. Now, why? It's not working for manipulation. All it's doing is putting more public attention to it. Well, I guess bad PR is good PR, if you believe it. But let's continue.
Okay. Coins or
good points,
God phrase from the Pledge of Allegiance. And when that militant atheism becomes kind of like the public image of atheism, I think that gives rise to a lot
they
of
think of us as that.
With atheism.
When they can talk about religion and preach on the street corner, but if we try to do the equal time, if we try to go out there and
then you're basically labeled by the Bible as the enemy.
Yeah, and I really like that that one video of Jacqueline Glenn where she did like that charity thing where it was like
yeah.
Saint
I'm gonna put that in the description of this.
Gospel donation. I think we should watch that video one day.
Yeah.
But where it's like Saint something or other, and everyone just walks by and throws a single in there. But but when it's like atheist donate, I can't remember what it was, but it was like atheist something. People walk by and like those, and there's some one guy that walks up and he's like, "What is this shit?" or "What is this crap?" And it's like.
And they kept getting like people that were like looking at them like, well, how can we trust them? Is like, well, you would have trusted someone who's Christian.
And people don't recognize charities and stuff. They jack like 80% of what you donate. They literally just goes into some rich mafia guy's pocket or some rich politician rubbing himself with the money, while that 20 cents of yours is being sent on like a spoon of rice somewhere else in the world. Our charity system is that messed up, people. If you really want to donate to a charity, donate goods. If it's for food, hand them a giant cart of canned beans. If it's for building schools, buy a shit ton of 2x4s and ship it to Africa or something. Yeah.
With your spare money, instead of actually spending it on like a donation thing.
Yes,
it does feel good to do that, but it does help sometimes. But like not most of the money does.
Or your time.
Doesn't
go out, help build some home for vets. But people are walking by.
For some people, that's kind of hard to do.
And then for people that are like, well, if you're giving them money, why don't you just give them goods anyway? And then, or find some low-income family at like your kid's school or something, and like see if it's okay if you could slide some food to them once in a while. I know a lot of people that do that. But where was I?
My friend Taylor, like he actually did something that was really nice. They found a homeless guy in the street, and they let him stay with him for a little while. They like trusted the guy and everything, and they checked him out to make sure he was good. But they actually like allowed him to stay in the house with them. That was actually really nice of them. That's something you don't hear people doing because usually you don't trust anybody anymore.
You might want to be careful with that. But yes, it's very good. A lot of our homeless population are veterans and homosexuals that get kicked out of their homes. I can't stand that. More dumb shit religion's done. But And then back to the donation thing. Like when an atheist donated something, instead of like $1 or $2, they dropped a 20 in there. They dropped a 5. It's like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of people being condemned. Here, show that
Yeah.
we actually do something.
Yeah, like there's a picture you found online where it's like basically this like Christian like woman, like she keeps looking at like a dog starving to death and all these like things like that, and she goes to the church and prayers about it. And like that's how's that helping? Like you gotta like try to help actually physically help sometimes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You guys want to continue?
Okay, continue. Wait,
I forgot.
there's no more.
Oh, the video's over.
Yes.
All right, but yeah, look this stuff up, guys. I have no problem if you're a different religion or so, but if you condemn people or like that, if
Yeah. it's
you're a
fine
different
being
form
your
of
own
government,
religion,
but don't condemn your people. All right, that's all I'm asking is if we all come together and recognize all the bullshit in the world that we've been dealing with for the past some odd thousands of years, you guys would be surprised. See you guys in the next video, I hope. I am not going to push any of the crap that people throw at the end of the video, like favorite and stuff. I hate that. That is completely annoying.
Yeah, it is.
Yes. But hope you guys have a nice day. Bye. We